Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the last lecture, I have told you how to upload the cost, the basics, and how to create a Esker for the based on the cost. So I think that up to the last lecture, now you are able to create a baseline with the cost and the resource loaded and cost loaded baseline. So now it's time to start the updation process and a bit of monitoring and controlling. So some of the things that we missed in previous lectures, time to time I will try to tell all those things, because why I didn't touch those topics in the beginning, because once you are a beginner, so maybe to get into too much detail will get confuse you. So that's why I thought that first I will try to make as simple as it is, that you become at least become to be able to create a baseline. And after that, once you have created a baseline, then with time to time I can also throw a light upon some other items. So today I will show you, so what is the baseline like. Baseline is our first approved schedule, the contract schedule with the cost and the resources. So you need to create a baseline with the activity coding, and then also with the WBS and relationships. So once everything is approved, you submit to the client for their review, and they will give you some comments regarding relationships, some other things. So then you will resolve those comments, and once that version is finally approved, so that program is freezed. So that program, once it's freezed contractually, that's called a baseline. So later on, whenever you will start updation, so you will refer to that original baseline. So before starting the updation, so you need to maintain and assign the baseline in your project. So for example, this is our schedule that I have opened. So this is our baseline actually. So now we want to update it. So what we will do that, first you will go here, project. So there you will see here two options, assign baseline and maintain baseline. So to assign a baseline to any project, first you need to maintain a baseline. You must create a copy of your project, your baseline. So you will go to project and click maintain baseline. So here you will see contract program, so whatever your project is. So here you have different options like close, add, different options are available here. So you need to click this button add. So then it will give you two options. What would you like to do? Save a copy of the current project as a new baseline, convert another project to a new baseline of the current project. So I will show you both options. So let's click this first option, save a copy of the current project as a new baseline. So this project that we have opened, what will the P6 will do? It will save a ditto copy of, it will take a ditto copy of this project and it will save it as a baseline. So click OK. So now you see here it has saved a copy with the name of B1, baseline 1. So then you need to close it. So then you will go here, assign baseline option. So here you see your project baseline. No baseline is selected here, so you will click here, and in the drop down list the baseline that you have maintained, so that baseline you will select it here. Also always select the project baseline and the primary baseline same, because I will tell you later on what is the difference between the two, because you will get it confused. So just click, for the time being, just click this project baseline and this primary baseline same, then click OK. So now the baseline of your project has been set. So what we will do that, what columns do we need to see here. So I will show you. So this is original duration, then start and finish. So this is the start and finish of the your current project. So we can rename here updated. We can rename. So updated contract from whatever. So revision 0, okay, keep it same, and just write here data date. Okay, so whatever the data date it is, you are going to update it, just need to mention that data date. So okay, if we, so the data date of the baseline is 25th October. So okay, when suppose that we are doing our bi-weekly updates, so after October, then after the 25th October you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1st of November, then after 1st November 8th November. So let's say that we are doing the update on 8th of November. This is our first update. So you will write here your data date 8 November 2018, whatever your date is. Okay. So which column do you need to see here now? So you have original duration, start, finish. So open another column, baseline start and baseline finish. Go here, dates. So select this column, baseline project start, and this another option, baseline project finish. So this original duration, start, finish, baseline project start, baseline project finish, and then remaining duration. So keep this remaining duration first. Keep it this original duration and remaining duration. Then start, finish, baseline project start, baseline project finish, and then total float. Apply and okay. So once you are going to do the update. So okay, let's keep only the remaining duration column here. Remaining duration, sorry, we will keep the remaining duration column, and then the activity percentage complete. Go to here, percentage complete and activity percent complete. So activity ID, activity name, activity percentage complete. So remaining duration, activity percentage complete, start, finish, baseline project start, baseline project finish, and total float, apply and okay. So okay, now we will rename. So BL project start means baseline project start, and BL project finish means baseline project finish. So once you have saved it as a baseline, so no matter you will do whatever type of the update, so the dates are freezed, logic link, everything is freezed in baseline, so that is not going to change. Okay. So the baseline is here only to compare it with your current project. So let's take this at the top. Okay, fine. So now you have here one activity percentage complete column, remaining duration column, baseline project start, baseline project finish, then start and then finish columns. Okay, and then the total float column. So before making this first update, I want to show that how to how to once you have maintained this baseline, so then we need to show here the baseline bars also in the Gantt chart. So here you will go to bars, okay, and in the bars you will see here baseline milestones. Okay, click this one, and then you will see here primary baseline. So select this bar. So we can also change the shape of this bar. So we have only one baseline, so we select only primary baseline. Okay, apply and okay. So now you see that this green bars, so they are representing your current durations and dates, and these yellow bars, they are showing the baseline. Also these all yellow bars and these are dots, they are showing these milestones, the baseline milestones. So you see here that all of your project and for your bars, so now this way you can show the bars for the baseline, because you need to later on when you will start updating your project, so you need to compare these dates with your, you need to compare this baseline bars with your current bars. So okay, now let's suppose that we are going to make our first update, or before this I want to tell you something about some other things about the baseline. So now you have understood how to maintain and assign the baseline. This is the one way of doing it. So I have already told you that there is another way also, so we will do that way also. Okay, maintain baseline. So you can restore your baseline. Once I went here, assign baseline. So first I have selected the baseline from here, drop down list. So now I have unselected this from here. Now I will go to this maintain baseline. Then I will create here this restore. Then click yes. So now that baseline is removed from here. So I told you that when you click this maintain baseline and you will click this add button, so you will get two options. The first option is the save a copy of the current project as a baseline. So I have shown you how to select this option. Now I will show you this another option, convert another project to a new baseline of the current project. So when you will click this, so it means that you have already another schedule which you want to use as the baseline, and this schedule that you have opened here, this is your current project schedule. For example, this is your first update or your second update or your third update or your fourth update. So obviously you will not select this first option. Why? When it's your fourth update, so you will not select save a copy of the current project as a new baseline. Why? This you will only choose this option first time, okay, when you are making your first update. When you are making your second update or third update or whatsoever, fourth, fifth update, so obviously your durations has been changed, so percentages, so many logic links, everything has been changed. So that cannot be maintained as a baseline. So you must save a copy of your original baseline, and then we will choose from there second option. Okay, I will show you what you need to do here. I have told you that you rename this file as updated contract program for so and so project. So whenever you will make the update, for example, you have made for the 8 November, so after 2 weeks you will make another update. So just once you have finalized your update, so just export a copy of your export your copy of your update and save it as a XCR file in some folder with all the dates, okay, every time. So first of all, you want to save a copy of this program as a baseline, okay. So let's say that this was not your update, okay. So this is your original baseline that you have finalized, okay. So this is your first baseline that you have finalized. So now after you have finalized it and it is freezed and approved, so take a copy of this and paste it here at the same spot, okay. So now you have taken a copy of this project, so just write here B1. So now it's your baseline 1 and you must export it and save it in some folder, because later on once by mistakenly you have deleted your file from here, later on you can import it back from your folder. Now you are making your, for example, third or fourth update here, so you will write here updated program, so data date whatsoever, okay, 8 November 2018. So now you will open your current schedule, your updated schedule, but you haven't done any update here, okay, no problem. So you will go to this project and select this option, maintain baseline, click add, and now you will select the second option, convert another project to a new baseline of the front. Click OK and you will see here all of your projects, okay. Now we will see where is our baseline. So here it is, our baseline is here B1. So select, double click this. So now this file or this schedule has been selected as the baseline for this project. Click close. Again go to project. Now click assign baseline. The same thing that we have done earlier, and select here and press OK. So these were the two ways to assign and maintain the baseline. Okay, so now we want to start the updation. But before I start the updation, because I want to clear some of the things that I left earlier. The first thing is that once you have finalized your baseline, so you will go here. So whenever you have created a baseline, just when you are pressing this schedule button, the shortcut for this is F9. So you can press the F9 from your computer, and then you can also schedule with F9. So it will show you here a view log option. So just click this option here. So it will show you a log file. Okay, what this log file is very, very important. Whenever you have created a baseline, and so at the end you need to see this log file, because this log file will show you some errors and some open-ended activities. It will show the constraints, so all the information it will show you. So here you must keep in mind that these things. So it will give you information that project is 1, activities 883, not started 883, so definitely is a baseline. So all activities are not started. Relationships 1266, activities with constraint 0, so we haven't given any constraint to any activity. So errors, warnings, no errors, warnings. So this is very important thing here. Activities without predecessor 1, activities without successor 1. So you must not left any activity open-ended. Open-ended means it must have a successor and predecessor, minimum 1. Only the first activity, that is the start date of the project, it will not have a contract award date or whatever, so it will not have any predecessor because it is the first activity. And then the last activity, the finish date, handing over whatsoever, so that activity will not have any successor because it is the last activity. So apart from these two activities, all other activities must have a start date and the finish date. Then you have here out of sequence activities, activities with actual data date 0, milestone activities with invalid relationships 0, finish milestone and predecessor have different calendar 0. So when I will start the updation process, so here you will start seeing some of the errors. For example, out of sequence activities. So then I will tell you what is the out of sequence activities, because for time being I will no need to explain to you out of sequence activities, because this thing will come under the updation topic. Okay. So scheduling, leveling, results, so all things are fine. So the most important thing is here that you must see that there should not be any activities without predecessor and there shouldn't be any activities without the successor. So here it is showing critical activities. So there are 92 activities that are critical. Okay. Activities with unsatisfied constraints 0, activities with unsatisfied relationships 0, activities with extended 0. So everything is fine. So this is a schedule log. So just you can go here. You can go here, and after you have pressed the schedule button. After this you can see this schedule log. But keep in mind that check this box log to file and save it wherever you want to save it, and then you can view it. So this was the first thing, that you need to check this schedule log. In schedule log you should check that there shouldn't be any activities, open-ended activities. Okay, there shouldn't be any activities, there shouldn't be any unnecessary constraints, because the constraints are not allowed. And the other thing, that there should not be any unsatisfied relationships. So the next thing I want to tell you is about the critical path. So what is critical path and what are the critical activities? So all of you must have studied theoretically these things in your engineering. What is the critical path? What is the critical activity? So I will not go to that theoretical detail, because you must have studied this forward pass and the backward pass in your CPM subject. So whenever we once this forward pass or backward pass CPM so has been applied in the P6, so an activity, so when an activity the number of days that activity can be delayed without delaying the project, so that is called the total float. And the number of days that activity can be delayed without delaying the next successor activity, so that is called the free float. So we are more concerned with the total float, and the activities whose total float is 0 means they cannot be delayed, so those are called the critical activities. And what is the critical path? So the interlink of those all activities, the longest path of your, so there can be longest path and the critical path. So these are two different things I will tell you. So the critical path is the path of the activities whose total float is 0, so they cannot be delayed. So once you have finalized your baseline, now you must analyze your critical path, that either it is logical or not, because once you have given the relationships, so those relationships should not be unlogical or some durations and so many things. Once you have finalized, so at the end you want to see the critical path. So you will go here, filter, and click this critical activity filter. This is a by default filter is available here, and just click apply and OK. So once you have applied and OK, again you will go OK. apply and okay. So now you will see here only the red color activities. If you will go to your Gantt chart, so you will see here only the red color activities. So these all activities are your critical activities. So if you want to see this critical path, so you can select this relationship line and then you can see that what is your critical path. So I will tell you roughly that, for example, if you have a multi-story building, a hotel building, it has 12 floors, so your critical path should pass through your structural works, because your structural works should be the critical. A delay in your structural works will delay all of your successor activities. So your structural activities should be the critical. Your critical path should pass through the structural works. All the architecture, electrical and remaining works, so they will have some float available with them, but your structural works will be the critical. So similarly, if you have I will tell you this, you have this 5-star hotel building, 5-star hotel building. So that building, in that building or in that hotel, the kitchen. So the kitchen should, all the activities that are related to the kitchen, so those should be the critical. Why? I will tell you. I have worked in some hotel projects, 5-star hotel projects. In Oman, I have worked in the Crown Plaza and some other projects, Marriott in Saudi Arabia. So in those projects, why the kitchen is critical? Because unless your kitchen is not operational, so you cannot open your project. So if your all hotel is completed but your kitchen is not operational, so you cannot open your hotel. So all your activities that are, for example, all this ducting and this exhaust air ducts and all those other activities are your MAP activities related to your kitchen, exhaust fans and all the ducting and other stuff, all the MAP items. So those are all will be the critical. And then I will tell you about this hospital project. So this is just my idea based on my work experience, because when you will work on some different sectors of the organization, then you will get an idea, okay, a basic idea before seeing any, before constructing any project, that okay, what will be its critical path. Then after once your schedule is finalized, so then you will monitor its critical path, either it is passing through the right activities or not. If it's not passing through the right activities, means there is something wrong in your projects. So similarly in the hospital projects, so all of this passageways, all these corridors, so they are all critical, because all this oxygen and all these gases, pipelines for these gases, medical gases, they pass through those corridors and go to the operation theatre. So OT, so operation theatre is the critical, will fall under critical activities on your hospital project. Because unless your operation theatre is not operational, and because all those pipes, they will terminate in the operation theatre. So those pipes are passing through the corridors, so definitely all these corridors and all these activities, they will be critical, they will be linked to the operation theatre, and they will terminate to the operation theatre, medical gases. So those activities are critical. So that is a critical path for the hospital project. So this is, here I have a cinema project. So in cinema project, I will tell you that in cinema project, what you have a basic steel framework building you have already. They will give you a space in some mall. We had a mall, Oasis Mall, and they gave us some space to the client to build a cinema, 8 screens there. So first, though height is very height was 3.5 meter. So first we have to erect the scaffoldings to reach up to that height, up to 3.5 meter height. So unless you erect scaffolding, you cannot build the walls, and also you cannot start the MEP works and the ceiling works from the top. So the height is the main critical factor. So the erection of the scaffolding definitely will fall under the critical activities. The next thing is, once you have started these scaffoldings, the next thing is the structural works. Structural steel works, when you go to some cinema, obviously you must have visited a cinema. So you see a seating arrangement, okay? Stadium type seating arrangement. So that seating arrangement, there is a structural steel works. All those stairs and all the seating arrangement, the staging arrangement comes from the structural. I have the drawings available with me, but that is not the topic that I am just going to explain here. Just I am trying to explain with the critical. So those structural steel works. So one we will erect the scaffoldings and then we will start the structural steel works. So unless we don't erect the scaffolding and we don't start the structural steel works, we cannot do anything else. So these two activities with the critical. So similarly in my project, you see here, layout for structural stadia, erect scaffolding, erect main structural steel for stadia seating. So all these activities are critical in the beginning, and then some other activities, MEP and some other activities, finishing activities, they are also falling in the critical activities. So then the you see here the total float for all these activities is 0. So the next thing that I want to show you here, there shouldn't be any parallel or multiple critical paths. What does it mean? That your schedule should not have a parallel or multiple critical paths. What will happen that, for example, in one day, your schedule should not show 10 parallel activities which are starting the same day and finishing on the same day. So it means more risk to your project, because 10 activities, they are critical and they are starting at the same day and finishing at the same day. So you have multiple critical paths, you have multiple critical activities at the same time. So that is more risk to your schedule, to your project. So you should not have too many multiple critical paths. To see those multiple critical paths, you will first you need to select this critical activities filter. Now you will go here, group and sort, and this one, okay, delete it, okay, apply and okay. So now you are seeing all of your critical activities. Now here I will show you the two schedules. First I will show you this schedule that I have built in my previous project. Then I have another schedule that some of my friends I have got somewhere else. So I will show you that what is the difference between critical path of these two schedules. So if you see this schedule, so you see that the activities are in a staggering fashion, means there aren't too many activities that are happening at the same day, or they are starting or finishing at the same day. So you have these staggering activities. So here you see, okay, here I have 1, 2, 3 these activities starting at the same day. Okay, no problem, not a big deal. So also here I have, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 activities, they are starting at the same day. But most of the activities they are in the staggering fashion. So if now I will show you another schedule, that you will see that in that schedule there are so many activities that are happening at the same day. So there are so many multiple critical paths. So this is okay. If your activities are in staggering fashion, so this is your critical activities, this is your critical path. So no much big risk is involved in your critical path. So I will open another project. So this is another project, same filter and same layout has been assigned. Okay, so this is the critical path. So from the start you can see here that 1 2 3 4 5 6 activities are starting at the same time. Then here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, then almost all there are too many critical paths. Okay, so here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, then again here again all these activities are parallel. You see here all these dates. Okay, 30th April, then 1st May, then 2nd May. You see here all these activities, they are starting at the same day. This all, how many? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20. Oh my god, I don't know how many. All 2nd May, 2nd May, 2nd May. This is wrong. You are once too many activities are starting parallel, so it means you have too many multiple critical paths. So this is a more risk to your project. So your critical, there should be the minimum critical paths should be there in your schedule. Your activities should have a reasonable total float available with them, because later on when you are going to claim extension of time, if some delay has happened, so this thing is going to bite. All of us if we do this mistake. So this is just an example. Okay, if you see here, you see this long list of activities. Oh my god, it's like 50 activities at the same time. Same here, this 8 May, 9 May, 10 May, 11. So this is the mistake. This is a very big project, and there were the sequencing so there has been some, so it means that he has been using too many start to start and finish to finish relationships. This is the reason. You should not use the start to start and finish to finish more than 10%. The 90% of the relationship should be finish to start. Only the 10% relationship should be finish to finish and start to start. So when you will give too many start to start and finish to finish relationships, then this will happen. So it is not acceptable by any means. So there is another topic that will come in my next lecture. That in that topic I will show you that once how to check that how many start to start and finish to finish relationships you have given in your schedule. But that is later on I will touch this topic. So this was just an example. Okay, if you want to see some more of this, so same mistake has been repeated. Okay, this all activities are happening at the same time. Today's lecture it is enough. In the next lecture I will tell you how to apply the global change. So today I have shown you how to maintain and assign the baseline, and what is the critical path, what is the total float, how to check critical path of your project, that it is idle, it is logical or not, and then I have told you how to view this log for your activities. So for this log I will try to show another schedule. So I will open sample construction project that we have started in our initial lectures. So obviously that is an unfinished schedule, because I haven't given relationships only for one floor. I haven't given relationships for the other floors. So once I will schedule that and I will see its log. Okay, now I want to show you something here. Projects 1, activities 546, not started 546, whatever. So activities without predecessor 514. So you will see here all the activities with their activity IDs. So these are all activities, there is no predecessor for these activities. Okay, because it was an unfinished schedule. Then activities without successor. So you can see here which activities you haven't assigned the predecessor, and for which activities you haven't assigned the successor. So then if, okay, there are too many to, this will not happen once you have very accurately, once you have created a baseline. Only maybe 4 or 5 activities you might have missed in making the baseline. So if you want to check any particular activity, if you want to check, okay, for that activity I haven't given a predecessor, so you can copy this activity ID from here. Just copy and then go here, click this activity ID column and then press Ctrl F, okay, find option, and paste the activity ID that you have copied from this log and create this, find next. So now you have reached to that activity, and then you will go into its predecessor, and you see here that no predecessor has been assigned. So our log was saying the same thing, that the predecessor for this activity has not been assigned. Similarly, if you want to check any activity for whom you haven't given any successor, if you want to see this activity, okay, for example, you want to see this activity, copy, okay, then manually you can assign the predecessor here, and you can do the settings. Click this column and press Ctrl F from your keyboard and Ctrl V here, and click this find next, and then go to that directly to that activity and click its successor. So you see here that no successor has been assigned. So in this way you can check your log here, that you should not have any activity without predecessor, and you should not have any activity without the successor. So these were the things that I haven't told you in the previous lectures. So I thought that once you are finalizing the baseline, so you should check these things at the last, your critical path, and then this log thing, and the total float, and all this stuff. So thank you for today's lecture. So hopefully in the next lecture I will come up with a new topic, maybe preferably that will be related to global change, and then something here in this user preferences, and then something here in the options settings, that what are the options we have here. So those things I will tell you later on in the next lecture. So thanks for watching today's lecture.